Art is meant to reflect life, whether it's beauty or the suffering and pain we experience. For 20-year-old artist George Wastle, both images come out in his drawings. But it was watching his beloved father, Bruce, battle cancer that left a lasting impression.
One night when we were called to the hospital and he was on life support, I was shocked to hear that they would be taking all the tubes out because he wasn't alive anymore. I just didn't see that as a possibility. I just considered it a temporary pain, and that it would go away soon enough. And trusted in God that He would heal my dad.
As a 15-year-old, going through this, trusting God, as he said, that He would heal your dad, and that doesn't happen. Was there anger there?
Throughout the months when he was sick, I just had a peace about the struggles he was going through, and so even when he passed away, I knew I could trust God in these hard times.
It was as a young teen that George met visual artist James Toogan. Toogan's art has been published in magazines and exhibited around the world. He's also become George's art teacher and saw his potential.
He loved to work with pencil. He was an excellent colorist. I would describe it as an instinctive ability. He loved to draw with pencil crayons, which is a surprisingly difficult medium to actually work in well. And little by little, he did more kinds of drawing, taught him to draw in black and white. And he was an incredibly sensitive hand. I own one of his pieces at home. It is a drawing of a still life of tulips. That is a breathtaking drawing. If you look at colored tulips and break it down into black and white and what we call chiaroscuro rendering, which is light and shadow, it is harder to do than color and requires incredible patience. And he did what might be the most beautiful piece done by a student on that problem that I've ever seen.
It's not only art that has brought the two together, but also their shared experience of losing a loved one. George shared with us that it took a while after his dad passed away to really just be able to project that in art. You've also lost someone in your life, your son. What is it like to use art as a way of being able to express what's going on inside, especially when it's pain and grief and loss?
It's the best therapy in the world. Quite often when you experience trauma, people don't know what to say to you. In the end, an individual has to find a way to not be silent about the impact of that on their lives, the loss.
George decided to express his grief and hope through his art.
And took some research to show the inside of the lungs in my dad's chest, and then have a little spot of the cancer, and the piece is called Into the Light. So it has a kind of double meaning, because we look up into the source of our hope in God, and also that my dad went up into the light.
That makes you smile. Why does that make you smile as you say that?
Because I'm so happy for him. He works so faithfully for so many years, and he was just at retirement age. He would have retired anyway in a couple of years, and so it was just kind of a little early entrance into heaven.
I know when I saw some of your pieces, I of saying to somebody, it feels like I'm entering into a space that I shouldn't be in. It's beautiful. Mm-hmm. And I just think how many people are probably touched by this art that has come out of you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was one experience after making a kind of self-portrait where I had my face kind of shown, but it was in the form of a sea stack sticking out of the water. And there was myself with a canoe at the bottom and me climbing up it towards the trees at the top. People said that it was prophetic, and they said it really was very meaningful.
Finding meaning, expressing hope, and creating beauty through his drawings, George's future in art seems forever rooted in his father's story.
What I know of his father was that he was a technical wizard, very smart, and he was very precise and particular. And I think in George's DNA, there's this inclination for great care to be taken, to do something well. What we don't need in the Christian community is any more mediocre stuff. We need stuff that's done with excellence, and I think that's what George has always done. He will just learn to do that better and better.
And up in heaven, he is really proud of me, and so that encourages me to do my best for God and carry on the legacy of our family.